A gracious good afternoon from the Junior Senior Lounge in Louisville, Kentucky. Welcome to episode 48 of Bar Curious, the weekly show where friends and family can get together to get sloshed. To spend some quality time together over cocktails.
Exactly.
Which we make ourselves with you. I'm your co-host, Jeff.
And I'm your other co-host, I guess, Matt.
Today we're breaking out a special gift that my brother and sister-in-law generously sent us for Matt's birthday last month. Beautiful copper mule cups.
Yummy.
So, unlike last week where we were essentially rudderless, today we've got a proper theme.
Absolutely.
Mules!
It's great. So it just goes to show that if you want us to keep having themed episodes, you have to send us gifts.
That goes without saying.
Absolutely.
So originally the mule was known as the Moscow Mule. I'm sure you've heard of it. That's because it was made with vodka, and vodka was associated with Russia, hence Moscow. Get it?
Oh, yeah.
And then the citrus and ginger beer, which are kind of essential components of mules, were added for extra kick. And what kicks? A mule, of course. So really, that's the random way that the name came about.
Like many cocktails, variations on the mule can be made with simple substitutes. For instance, a favorite of mine here in town is the Kentucky Mule, which just replaces the vodka with your favorite Kentucky bourbon. So long as you've got a spirit, some citrus, and ginger beer, you can pretty much call anything a mule.
Yeah. And mules, as you know, as we said, are typically served in a copper mug. And of course, the metal helps to keep the drink cold for a longer time and maybe even enhances the fizziness and punch of the ginger beer. But I love one of the origin stories that talks about a bar owner named Jack Morgan back in the early 1940s. So he had this British pub in LA called the Cock and Bull. And according to legend, Morgan had a girlfriend who owned a copper mining company, so I guess he was throwing some business her way. It's a sweet story. I guess if it isn't true, it ought to be.
Yeah, so, whatever the true origin may be, you can't deny that the signature mule mug really brings a touch of whimsy and fun to your day drinking habits.
Yes. So, full disclosure, we had some friends over last night, and we mixed up a batch of mules just to kind of test things out. And one visitor, who won't be named, suggested a peach variation, which turned out to be really, really good. So that inspired me to try something similar, but different. So I'm going to make mine with Absolute Mandarin, which is an orange-flavored vodka. So I'm going to call mine a Mandarin Mule, or thanks to Google Translate, Putonguazi. My apology to the billions of dear viewers in China if I got that wrong.
Yeah, well, you gave it a good shot. I'm sure the pronunciation may have been a little off, but hopefully
it was very tonal.
Exactly, yeah, good. It's hopefully Google let us well, and it didn't turn into we just insulted a million different people.
Right.
But I didn't want to be outshone. Since I just didn't want to do a typical mule, since you were doing something very interesting. So I figured I'd shun the domestic and go foreign as well. I'm not going to go quite as far as China, though. I'm just going to go across the border to Mexico. My tipple, which is a Mexican mule, ditches the vodka in favor of tequila and adds just a bit of spice with some jalapenos.
Well, I'm wondering, should we call it a burro?
A burro's a donkey, hon. I know you're obsessed with asses, but there is a difference.
All right. I know you're waiting for me to comment, but I think I'll just leave it at that. Let that one go.
That's smart.
So I guess I'll go first today and start on my drink. And these drinks all kind of follow the same basic format. It's like 1.5 ounces of alcohol and maybe 1/2 ounce to 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice and whatever, other things you're going to put in there. And then you top it up with ginger beer.
Right.
So it makes it pretty simple. So I'm going to start with, here is my little glass here, and I'm going to start with 1.5 ounces of Absolute Mandarin. So here we go.
Very nice.
All right. So we'll pour that in. And then I need 1/2 ounce of lime juice, and I have been to Costco and bought or to the grocery store and bought a giant bag of limes and lemons and stuff. And I'm thinking, I ought to be a purist and try to, use the real deal rather than the the bottled mix.
Oh, well, la-di-da.
I don't know if it makes that much of a difference, but I'd like to think it does.
I'm sure it gives it something different.
Yeah, so I'm going to squeeze out a half an ounce of lime juice with my handy-dandy lime juice squeezer.
Do we need goggles or personal protective equipment here to make sure it doesn't get in your eyes?
Well,
or?
so far we seem to be doing okay.
Good, okay.
And I brought you a lime too, if in case you're so inclined. But if you're not, that's quite okay.
I mean, if you brought it, I might as well use it.
You might as well. So I'm going to use. It looks like about 3/4 of the lime will give me the half an ounce.
Okay.
And because I'm going to keep one kind of as a garnish. As a garnish.
You almost got yourself there.
That's all right. Most of it's getting into the cup.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
That's where we want it. All right. So I'm going to pour that in. And I thought it would be fun, too. I've got my little cutie mandarin orange here, or a clementine. So I'm going to use some of that, put some of that juice in also. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to get, but I'll just use like half of it. So probably get kind of an equivalent amount. So you're seeing this scientific experiment for the very first time here. So there's that.
So this is your own little variation on this recipe then, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
It's good to experiment.
Well, I think so. All right, and it adds a nice sweet smell. Okay, so there's that.
Our bar top is going to be very sticky by the time
very
it's all
sticky.
over with.
So I'm going to add that in there. Look at that, how pretty.
Very nice.
All right, and now I'm going to get some ice. And we'll put that in there.
Good.
Give it a good shake. I don't want it to spray out all over me.
No, please.
All right. All right. And let's see, where is the... Oh, right here.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to take my mule cup, put some ice in there. Half to 3/4 full,
Yeah, half
I
to
guess.
3/4 full is always a good way.
And we'll pour that in there. And let's see, then some ginger beer.
The key ingredient.
This is diet ginger.
I know, yeah.
This is
That's
pretty good.
one way to save a few calories on this.
Look at it sizzle whizzle. And I've got a beautiful straw to go with it.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to put in a lime wedge for a garnish. I guess I could have put in one of the mandarin ones too.
You still could. You could put a little slice on there if you want, and
why not? Put a little piece of mandarin orange slice in there too.
there you go.
We got a little of both.
Now we can tell each other's apart, because when they're just in the copper mugs, you can't really tell. So.
No. So it's nice and cold, and I'm ready for my first sip. Oh, that is some yummy good.
You like that?
Yes.
Better than the one last night?
Mm-hmm. I think so. I like the fresh fruit flavor, and
Oh, wow, that's really good.
that is delicious.
That's probably one of the best meals I've had. Good job.
Well, thank you. So there we go. Look at that.
Well, that makes it easy.
All right. Well, I'm going to get this messy stuff out of your way here.
Yes, please.
And then leave it to you to do yours.
Yeah.
Wash my
So-
hands here.
My drink is going to be a Mexican Mule, which, as I said, uses tequila instead of the vodka. And I'm going to put a little twist on it by adding in some jalapeno, because I think the contrast with the sweet and the sour and a lot of the heat that goes into that is going to be really nice. You've probably seen on the show before that I really like a lot of drinks that have kind of that spiciness to it. It's something that I think a lot of people don't really think that they would really enjoy, but I like it. I'd say give it a shot, and if this works out, I would definitely say we'll have to have you give it a shot as well. So I've got my mixing glass here all done up. I think Jeffrey has already washed all that out for me. So I'm going to start off by putting in 1.5 ounces of tequila. Now you'll notice here that I'm using the silver tequila as opposed to the gold. I don't know how well you can tell. We don't have much of the gold left. Got to get some more of that. The gold tequila is aged a bit longer. I can't remember exactly how long it takes to get up to the point where the silver becomes gold. But the gold tequila is what you want to do when you're doing like shots and things like that. It has a much more mellow flavor, whereas the silver tequila is a little more acrid, kind of has that bite to it. And your silver tequila is what you want to use when you're mixing cocktails. So
yeah, and just tasting it, I think that the silver tasted better.
Really?
To me, it did. You know, if you want to sit there and just do shots or something, I think I'd rather have that. But
maybe I accidentally bought like the really good stuff.
Maybe. I hope so.
So yeah, I'm going to start with 1.5 ounces of the silver tequila.
By the way, I don't see our comments here. Are they?
We may not have any comments. Maybe nobody cares about us anymore, or we're having issues. Who knows? Let's see if we can figure that out. Oh, interesting. Okay, so for some reason we're not seeing any of the comments on there, so we'll scroll back through on my handy-dandy phone here and say hi to everybody
or leave it to
afterwards.
Me here and I can look at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right. So, God, I'm all submished in the head now. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to add in some jalapenos. Now, I cut them into slices, and I removed all the seeds because I really don't want to have to filter that out. I don't want to have to double strain this. You can put in however much or as little as you want. Definitely do it to taste. I'm going to start off with just the 2 and hope that that's going to be enough. And I'm going to muddle that real quick, get all those juices in there.
Oh, hot tamales.
Very hot tamale.
That should be very interesting, how that will infuse
into
the tequila.
I hope it works the way I'm thinking it will.
I've never seen anybody complain. So.
No. All right, so that is nice and muddled. Next thing up, I'm going to add some lime juice. I think I'm going to use the fake stuff because I ain't got time for all that other.
Oh, all right.
But I appreciate you thinking of me ahead of time. I'm going to put in 3/4 ounce.
Look at this. See, it matches my shirt, too.
Oh, very nice. 3/4 ounce of the lime juice. And this is a little strange, I admit. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, but it's telling me to do 1.5 ounces of simple syrup. To me, that seems like a lot of simple syrup. I don't know if this is to help counteract some of the...
I'm wondering if you want to start smaller, and you can always add some later.
That's true. I mean, I'm the only one that's going to be drinking out of the glass, so... Why don't I start off with about half that? Let's do 3/4 of the simple syrup. I'm going to shake this up.
Sweet and sour there.
Yeah. Uh-oh. And we're going to give this a nice shake. Thank you. Always good to have a bar hand. So let me give this a little taste before I go adding anything else, see if I need it any sweeter. No, that's going to be plenty sweet. I mean, unless you really want a lot of the sweetness in there, I would stick with about 3/4 ounce of the simple syrup. All right. Next, I'm going to add in some ice to my copper mug here. We'll get that later. And we'll strain this out. Make sure I get every last drop.
Absolutely.
All right. So we got to open ourselves up.
There's a little
bottle.
tiny bit of the other one you can...
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think our friends Chris and Jay didn't like this brand of the ginger beer, so they gave it to us.
I hope they keep sending it.
Yeah, it's really good. I actually really like it.
Well, I don't know. We never tried drinking it by itself, so...
No. But it's damn good in a cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. I'm going to add in just a little bit of mint for garnish. And just so I can keep mine separate from Jeffrey's, why don't we just put a nice little lemon wheel on there. Let's see, do I need a straw? Why not? A nice little mix up. Probably should have done that before I put everything in there, but who cares, right?
Who cares?
All right.
Drum roll.
It's good. I like the subtle hint of the heat in there. I would almost do more of the jalapeno. You catch a little bit of it on your tongue.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Well, great. I'm happy with that.
These are both excellent drinks. I think
I'm
gobsmacked.
I'm thinking we may have found a nice little.
We might just have to have the Mule show, and just stick to what we're good at.
Exactly. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, good. Steve says he's getting sloshed with us, so that's
excellent.
That's very
wonderful.
Good. I'm glad you're watching. I hope your Costa Rica trip was as fun as it was productive. I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, and definitely get yourself a set of these and all of those ingredients that were mentioned today, because these are quite damn.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I got more heat that time. That's good. Hello, Bill. Nice to see you.
I think the more it sits in there, the more it's going to... Oh, but you didn't put you can throw another little jalapeno slice in there.
I'll just pop a little extra slice that I had here waiting. Pop it on in there.
And it'll continue to infuse or something.
I like how... Put the drink shot on there again. These are very pretty little drinks.
Yeah, and they're ample size.
Yeah.
Which is good. That I don't know how big that is. That's got to be like 12 ounces or 10 ounces.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How much is one of these bottles here?
I don't know.
12 fluid ounces. So, yeah, probably about
maybe 10 or 10 ounces or something like that. They're
something
good
like
size.
That. David and Jerry, good to see you. I'm
hey boys.
Glad we need to get something on the calendar. I think we keep talking about it, but we have to now. Cheryl, nice to see you on here watching.
Hope you're all drinking with us.
Yes. Oh, my sister watching. Hi, Christy.
We don't like to drink alone. Although it wouldn't stop us.
No, not in the least. Wow, I really like these.
Yeah, delicious.
We definitely recommend, these are... I can see why these are all the rage now. Like, everywhere you go has their own variation on the mule or something like that. So they're pretty tasty.
Yeah. Oh, no. Very, very good. Well, today's drinks definitely had a lot of kick.
Absolutely, especially this one.
And as you can see, they were really pretty simple to put together. So even if you don't have family to send you copper cups, I suppose you could try putting them in a glass.
You're not really hiding your disgust there, are you?
Or you can just come here and drink with us. The lounge is always open.
Absolutely. Come on over. Seating is limited, so you might have to call ahead.
So, Matthew, we should probably remind the folks that the Kentucky Derby is coming up in a couple of weeks, so we better get our Derby drinks on next time, don't you think?
Absolutely. May 1st. So we'll try to throw a few classics your way to get ready for the Run for the Roses.
A few? That's kind of hyperbole, isn't it? Maybe two. I mean, we make one each.
No. See, I was kind of thinking that we could do 20 different drinks, name them all after past Derby winners, and then see which one we think should come in first, yeah?
All right, yeah, that sounds like fun. So if any of you want to come join us, we certainly could use the help, it sounds like.
Yes. And speaking of help, we hope we've helped broaden your horizons a bit and led you to some new favorite libations today. And don't be afraid to experiment on your own, whether you're gay, straight, or just a little bar curious. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'm going to go ride my mule into the sunset.
Oh, and I'll say, 再见. That's Mandarin for adios.
Wow, you're really crossing all these languages up here. Good stuff.
Good to see you, folks. Until next time.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
See you soon. Recipes incoming.